The D'Amelio experiment failed. Now they won't go away.
There's probably one thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Charli D'Amelio, and that's...
Okay. The first thing that comes to my mind is TikTok. The second thing that comes to my mind is sometimes I want to be happy. But that's her sister. Hey, I'm live on Twitch every single Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Link is in the description. I better see you there.
TikTok. In March of 2020, she became the #1 most followed TikToker in the world, and for most of you, that's all she will ever be.
Yeah.
However, her and her family have tried just about every career imaginable since their meteoric rise to fame, yet they are still known as being famous for nothing. Today we are going to look at the incredible...
That is crazy though, because they're famous, so they literally get to try every single field just to see where they can make more money at. Like, they don't have to worry about nothing else. They just try every field. That level of money is crazy.
Story of a normal American family who was launched into fame for no reason, and how they are destroying their family trying to entertain an audience that does not care about them. The D'Amelios lived a comfortable existence in a traditional New England suburb. Their parents were already rich before the fame, as the sisters attended the King's School in Stamford, Connecticut, which cost $50,000 per year to
High schooler paying college tuition prices. $52,000 a year just to go. Oh my lord.
To attend high school. Charli describes her life before TikTok as normal.
Yo, imagine like how does the parking lot of that looks like the student parking lot. You just go to the parking lot, they're just Benz, Porsches. Oh, one guy probably has a Ferrari over here. That's such a different world.
Would go to school, go to dance, do my homework, and go to bed. It was pretty much like every other teenager's life. Charli downloaded TikTok like anyone else to distract their mind from the mundaneness of everyday life.
It's not pretty much like every teenager's life. Not every teenager is going to a $50K high school. Like, what is going on in that high school that's worth $50,000? I need to know.
She uploaded her first video in March of 2019, which was her and a friend
lip-syncing
to a random soundbite. She didn't expect anyone but her friends to watch her videos. Considering she had a deep passion for dance, competing as a competitive dancer since she was a toddler, TikTok was the obvious outlet to post fun dance videos.
I'd be impressed if I really liked this hobby, but then everyone only liked me when I did the trash ass dances and not the dances that took me hours to put in. I would be blown. I would be pissed.
But she could have never predicted what would happen next. In July 2019, on her way to dance class, Charli posted a duet of her following the choreography of a user named Move With Joy. The video instantly went viral, and her notifications blew up during class. I had like 7 followers, but when she picked up her phone after class, she had 2,000. Although Charli claims she never wanted attention nor was trying to be famous, after her first taste of virality, she prioritized TikTok like someone who did it as a full-time job. She posted every day, sometimes multiple times per day, and very quickly she gained hundreds of thousands of followers. Although she was a skilled dancer, it's not like she was doing Jabberwockies level moves that would impress you. In fact, you wouldn't be able to tell that she was a skilled dancer from the mediocre moves she posted on the app. So why was she so popular? Well, even she didn't know.
Nobody knows. We don't get it. I wish I could get, like, there's no, we just don't get it. You can tell she dances though. Like, you can tell by her body shape.
Give everyone an explanation as to what happened, but I have no idea. I'm just doing what I do every day and posting it, I guess. It's very insane to me, as it is for everyone else watching. At the time, the app was dominated by young users. TikTok classified more than a third, roughly 16.6 million, of its 49 million daily users in the United States as being 14 years old or younger. Charli was 15 years old at the time, making her appealing to the age group of the most active users. Since it was working, she just kept posting, kept trying to grow and see what happens. But her being popular became somewhat of a joke. The Charli D'Amelio challenge was a huge trend where people would overreact to her incredibly average TikToks. In a never-ending ironic loop, people were going viral reacting to her videos, which made her even more viral, which led to even more people asking, why is she famous? Making fun of her became an easy way to gain millions of views, but some things she did were genuinely cringe. Like,
she did what everyone else did, but went viral, and then she's gonna be the one receiving the hate for doing the same thing everyone else does. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. When you put it down like that, she just did what everyone else did.
Like her very first YouTube video intro.
Hey guys, it's Charli and I'm super excited
This is nasty. Now this is disgusting behavior. I don't know why she did this.
My first ever YouTube video.
This was disgusting behavior.
As you can imagine, this became a huge meme.
Hey guys, it's Charli and I'm super excited to be sharing with you my first ever YouTube video on my YouTube channel.
Hey guys, my name's Jay. My dad left me at 6. Oh!
Not many people were making money on this app at the time, but in 2019, being a full-time social media personality was a realistic career path, so she definitely had that in the back of her mind and kept pushing along. Then one dance defined the rest of Charli's career. In October 2019, she performed a dance called The Renegade, which was a popular trend coinciding with the K-Camp song called Lottery. The simplistic moves made every teenager on the internet want to give it a try. She was already popular, but this exploded her to over 5 million followers on TikTok. Get it. Lottery became the first sound on the platform to reach 20 million videos. If you were unfamiliar with the app, you would think this was the only TikTok dance. Charli would post multiple videos per week doing this one dance. It is now 4 years later, and some people still only know her as the TikTok girl who does this dance.
And the thing with TikTok, which makes it so weird, is that they would do the same dance in the same scenery, the same way, and it will still get the same amount of views. Like, it's like they could post the same video twice, over and over again. Do the Renegade? I have no clue how to do it. I don't know how to. And it would just keep doing better. It never made sense to me. But hey, that's social media doesn't make sense.
By the end of 2019, she had 18 million followers. Her sister Dixie had a few million followers, and even her mother and father had TikTok accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers. The D'Amelio family was a full-blown business now, and it was time to capitalize on it. Charli got to step into Hollywood and voice act in the
Go spend time with J-Lo and meet J-Lo and hang with her.
That's the only cool part. They could get a Super Bowl ticket easily. They spend $50,000 just to go to school. High school. They could have got a football ticket. They could have got a Super Bowl ticket easily. Now J-Lo on the
She was also featured in a Super Bowl commercial for Sabra hummus.
I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, boomer.
Clearly, acting is not her strong suit, but the only talent that Charli brought to the table was doing the Renegade dance. However, she was incorrectly credited with creating the dance, as TikTok users referred to her as the CEO of Renegade, which would ultimately lead to her first major controversy. But first, a word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy.
What
Underdog
I'm hearing
Fantasy
is that
the easiest place to play fantasy sports.
If y'all want to play fantasy sports and potentially win money, I think y'all need to go straight to this app. Y'all need to go to underdogfantasy.com, code PatrickCC, underdogfantasy.com, code PatrickCC. Make sure you only participate in gambling legally, okay? We don't like only, make sure you're of age. Here we go.
Or you could scan the QR code and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $500.
They will double your
That's
first
Underdog
deposit.
Fantasy, promo code PatrickCC. Underdog is giving you a special free pick for Week 9 of the NFL season. All Justin Herbert needs to do is have 1 yard to win. This is the easiest way to make money on Underdog, so make sure you sign up with code PatrickCC today to take advantage and win some money. In February 2020, the New York Times published an article revealing the actual creator of the Renegade dance, suggesting that Charli and other creators emulated the routine without crediting the source.
Duh, it's TikTok. That's what TikTok is. Everyone do the same thing. Let's see who gets the most views. At least that's where TikTok started. I don't know. TikTok now, I don't know. I don't really be on TikTok like that. The only time I'm on TikTok is so I can look at my mentions to see what type of videos y'all at me in. But besides that, That TikTok is literally copy and paste.
The Renegade was created by 14-year-old choreographer Jalaiah Harmon, who designed the dance in September 2019 and posted it to her Instagram, a month before Charli recreated it on TikTok. I was happy when I saw my dance all over, she said, but I wanted credit for it. What added to the uproar was that Jalaiah was a young black girl who many felt was being overshadowed in a market filled with white teenage girls like Charli and newcomer Addison Rae, who stole her dance and profited immensely. Unless you have a copyright for the dance, then nobody can technically steal it. However, there are countless examples of influencers who gained a career from creating one dance, but then never figured out a way to make money from other people doing the dance. Charli, through a publicist, said that she was so glad to know who created the dance. I know it's associated with me, she said, but I'm so happy to give Jalaiah credit. Shortly after the New York Times article was published, Charli posted a video to the TikTok performing the dance alongside Jalaiah and Addison Rae. Now it's considered standard practice to put dance credit, or DC, then tag the creator who originally made it in the caption. Even when Charli went on Jimmy Fallon to dance in front of millions, they DC'd everyone in the description below. I'm just glad Young Daddy Cat got their credit. Fortunately for Charli, this controversy kind of went away quickly. Big Daddy Cat got their credit.
I need to see what y'all... Is that a camera inside the vehicle? I cannot tell. Okay, this feels like a two-seater. I can't tell. Those back seats look kind of scrunched. Oh, I'm not rich enough to know.
Fortunately for Charli, this controversy kind of went away quickly because the world got hit with the pandemic and had bigger problems to address.
It went away because she didn't do anything.
Nearly the whole world was shut down, with hundreds of millions of people inside browsing the internet all day.
COVID was one of the worst things that happened to the mental of American people, because oh my lord, we're stupid now. Oh my god, chat. Oh, kids are so dumb. Oh, if you graduated before COVID hit, you're honestly blessed. You're truly blessed, because the level of idiocy and emotional immaturity in children now is ridiculous. Because you have to combine it with the fact with what was going viral during COVID, with the fact that parents were at work, and their kids were at home, so they couldn't really watch them and make sure that they're doing what they need to do, and they had there wasn't really teachers. They had Zoom. No one was paying attention on Zoom. If you were in middle school and during COVID, you're a lot stupider now than you should be. And that's just a factual statement. If you were in elementary school, you probably got fucked the most. If you were like fifth grade, you come in middle school, COVID hit. You in 8th grade with the same emotional maturity of a 5th grader. It's crazy.
TikTok gained 315.
Not all y'all, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Million new users. So when Charli officially became the #1 most followed TikTok account on March 25th, it was huge news. She surpassed Lauren Gray at 41.4 million followers. TikTok having a rising star was crucial for their success. Charli was their model example of how this app can change your life, but it just kept leading to more and more people asking, why is she #1? Why is she famous? It didn't help that Charli embarked on the most generic career path as any other random LA socialite influencer. She started a podcast. The Ramble Podcast Network struck a deal with Charli and Dixie to launch a series called Two Chicks. They lasted 27 episodes, but it didn't take off since the two aren't really that great at talking. Then Charli and Dixie partnered with Morphe Cosmetics to launch a makeup line. Makeup reviewers on YouTube thought that the products were just average, specifically designed for young teenagers, and just felt like a business play rather than an ambitious endeavor.
I mean, a lot of things in life that people hype up are just average. You ever had a McDonald's burger? I'm just saying, y'all. You ever ate a Burger King? Wendy's, I mean, it's not the best, you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Offered a limited time drink on their menu called the Charli. Then she collaborated with Hollister, designing a limited edition fleece sweatshirt. Charli later appeared in Jennifer Lopez's music video for the single Pati plus Lonely, and in Bebe Rexha's Baby I'm Jealous shortly after. Charli's basic influencer journey was likely due to pressure from her managers letting her know she needed to be capitalizing on her moment.
Wow.
So what this is it's a look at your 2021. This is the major things we're focusing on. So we have all partnerships. We have, the different companies you're working with, like, ring lights and starting a clothing company. So, and then you have books and TV shows.
Just like She probably don't give a fuck about anything that got going on. What? She was 16 when COVID hit. She yo, she wants to go to like the park or something. She want to go to an arcade, the mall. She don't give a damn what y'all say. She already rich. The family's already wealthy, so y'all tell her get more money. Like, she not really paying attention for real.
Most 16-year-olds are not ambitious. They just want to hang out with their friends.
That's what I just
Charli's
said.
managers essentially just tell her what career she is going to pursue, because if the world is going to give you fame, why not make millions of dollars from it? She didn't need to prove herself in these industries. Her follower count was enough. It seemed like Dixie had to try harder to be recognized as a promising talent, so she wasn't just seen as Charli's sister.
There were days I would work all day and Charli wouldn't do anything. I was like, how do you have all these followers and you're laying in bed all day?
Dixie made
look at her.
I was like, how do you have all these followers and you're laying in bed all day?
She's sitting here like, I don't know. Why are you asking me this question? I did what everyone else did.
Dixie made her acting
what if she's like a plant from like Russia? She's a Russian plant.
debut in the Brat TV series Attaway General. This show is essentially a low-budget Grey's Anatomy, replacing the adults with TikTok influencers who can't act, including Dixie despite her theater background. Instead of incorporating real-life scenarios to teach important values to children, Attaway General is filled with unrealistic scenarios where these teen volunteers find themselves assisting patients in critical conditions with severe medical injuries despite having no qualifications. They also casually walk around the hospital, in and out of patients' rooms, and randomly break into TikTok dances in the hallway. The show received terrible reviews, sitting at an abysmal 1 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh my
Dixie left
Lord.
the series after 1 season to focus on her music career, but her music career didn't really go smoothly either. Be Happy was Dixie's debut single, which focused on themes such as mental illness and depression. As she was hyping up the release, nobody had heard her sing before. She was notoriously a bad dancer and now a bad actor, so nobody really knew what to expect. What they got was Dixie moping around her multi-million-dollar LA mansion, asking everyone to let her be sad.
Yo, the description of all that makes it sound so nasty. I feel it though. She definitely could have chose better scenery. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she would have highlighted more emotional struggles and mental struggles instead of the mansion, then she would have got respect. But okay, I can see it.
It was your standard formulaic pop song with Rebecca Black Friday level singing. Despite the memes, it gained 100 million views on YouTube and charted in multiple countries.
The thing with that is like 100 million, bro. It charted? Hey, bro, she got it. Yo, it charted.
Including New Zealand, Ireland, Canada, and Scotland. The song was later certified gold, prompting a remix featuring singer-songwriter Black Bear and rapper Lil Mosey. And although many expected her to tuck her tail and quit music, she did the opposite. Dixie signed a record deal with record executive L.A. Reid's label Hitco Entertainment. For the rest of the year, she released 3 more singles: Naughty List, a Christmas song with Liam Payne, One Whole Day featuring Wiz Khalifa,
Yo, what the
and Roommates. She's consistently kept releasing music over the years, and her singing has gotten much better.
Sugar-coated on my pain, couldn't help it, I was just a kid.
You know, it's kind of hard to hate on people when they really, like, what did they do wrong? Like, I know Dixie's like jealous of her sister, but wouldn't we all? Like, if you had a sibling or relative who was able to get a bunch of money and fame out of nowhere for doing nothing, I mean, all of us would have a little bit of spite in our heart. As far as I'm concerned, they didn't do anything wrong yet.
Unfortunately, her first impression was so mediocre that closed-minded people probably don't want to give her music a second chance. Teenagers want independence, but they still rely on their parents a lot for their comfort and advice.
Yeah. But LA is a very tricky place and people get sucked in. But being around my parents and my family keeps me so grounded, and
we still sleep home. We still like tell our parents if we're leaving.
Yeah.
ET Boy Maggie and God 69420 cheered. X1000.
Thank you, Yeety Boy.
Sane and normal.
Charli and Dixie likely went into business with their family because, well, it'd be more comfortable to attack the crazy Hollywood lifestyle as a group. The D'Amelio family YouTube channel was launched, which would lay the foundation for their reality show. These videos only proved that they were just any other ordinary family. It also sparked their first major controversy together. In November 2020, Charli lost roughly 1 million followers after posting the first episode in a new series called Dinner with the D'Amelios. The series was intended to feature the family eating a meal with a different surprise guest. In the first episode, the D'Amelios sat down with James Charles for a paella dinner prepared for them by private chef Aaron May. The dish, traditional to Spanish culture, contains snails. Dixie picks up the snail, repulsed by the idea of eating it, and the chef tries to convince her to try it. This is what happened.
See? It sometimes happens when... Don't be so dramatic.
Excuse yourself.
Oh, she actually threw up. Ew.
Do we have any dino nuggets?
Ew.
While not liking snails is normal, it's obviously very rude to gag and make a huge scene. Imagine.
But she threw up, right? Am I tweaking? Asking for down nuggets is crazy though. But if she threw up, like how was that making a scene? It was nasty.
How the chef felt seeing that, especially when later in the video Dixie picks her nose and eats the booger. So they have their own personal chef, and Charli is asking for dino nuggets, the privilege this girl has, while their father continues to try and
she won't eat the snail, but she'll eat her boogers. Depending on how bad the snail tastes, I might be on the same boat. They have their own personal chef, but she wants dino nuggets. There's a lot you could say to that. Like, you could say, oh, maybe they just want something normal to eat. I've never had a personal chef, so I don't know if I had one if I would want to eat their food all the time. So this is kind of out of all of our tax brackets, actually. Who are you to speak on them? You don't got the money for a personal chef.
have an engaging conversation with James, the girls couldn't be less interested. Picking and playing with
I think of it like equivalent to going to a restaurant. I would not want restaurant food all the time. I would definitely not want restaurant food all the time. Like sometimes I would much rather just heat up some chicken nuggets. But hey, this is out of my tax bracket.
Food. To cap it off, Charli made a comment about her follower count that rubbed James the wrong way.
Because imagine if I hit 100 mil a year after hitting mil.
Was the 95 not enough for you?
After the awkward moment, the girls try to close the show in the most unprofessional way ever.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching our YouTube video. Thank you so much for
Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Thank you for watching the first ever and most likely the last ever episode of Dinner with the D'Amelios.
Kind of sad how James was scolding the girls for their man.
Yo, okay, now they're making a big deal out of nothing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They're making a big deal out of nothing. Like, don't even do outros no more in the first place. Like it's not that deep. People don't do outros anymore. So, yo, okay, is the 95 mil not enough for you? She can't be excited for hitting 100 mil. Yo, it sounds like I'm a Charli defender, but I'm trying to think of this as a point of view as like myself. I would say the same thing. Like, I would be like, yo, imagine 100 mil after I just hit a mil. I can't be happy? The f. That's just me, though.
Ninja Boy 123 cheered. X100. I love you, Daddy Waka. Hope you love me too.
I mean, you cool. I think it's the fact that being already from a privileged family, people have more spite against them. Like, they're privileged. They pretty much got famous for nothing or what everyone else did. So everything has so much spite behind it that it's hard to just view them as a normal person.
Manners and not the parents. James is nice to the chef. Any adult watching this knows that teenagers acting impolite or goofy during a dinner is extremely common.
Like,
it's under the circumstances that made it so bad. They have a celebrity chef, a celebrity guest, and are filming the entire experience to launch a brand new series for their own business. So you'd think these girls would be on their best behavior. The entirety of social media erupted calling the girls entitled. The parents were not disciplinary enough. And the usual, why did we make these people famous? Some people timestamped every single moment of the video criticizing a facial expression.
This is next level dick eating, bro. Yeah, no. That's two handing and two feeding that, bro. They got the feet around the tip. They got the hands on the stem, bro. Mouth on the tip too. That is just, yo, bro. Okay, man. They are young kids who got famous, bro. Let them grow. Damn.
Movement from them being rude. Dixie tried to apologize and say that people were unfairly criticizing her based on an out-of-context 15-second
That is 100%
which is
facts.
ridiculous because we had all of the context we need. Charli also addressed the situation.
My fault.
We've since talked to
252. Ain't no way this is live viewers.
Chef Aaron May.
No, that gotta be cat. That's no. No, there's no way that's live viewers, bro. Nah,
and
that's fake.
like, he's not upset. He was in on the joke, so he was like not, it wasn't a thing where we were being blatantly disrespectful. It was more a thing like, you joke around with your friends. Everyone on my team is friend and family. Like,
apparently this was all just a skit for the
That just counteracts so much. That contradicts a lot. They were in trouble. They were trying to figure out how to get out of there. That's all it was. They were in trouble. They were trying to figure out a way to finagle out of it.
video. Charli addressed losing 1 million followers after her comment about wanting to hit 100 million followers in a year.
That's so nasty, though. I don't think that was the only reason, though. It definitely had to deal with, like, the Dino Nuggets. They probably were upset with Dixie, how she reacted, so they took it out on Charli, too. It is what it is.
I had said about the followers thing, I genuinely just thought it would be so cool to hit a huge milestone a year after hitting another milestone. I never meant for you guys to make it seem like you were numbers or did not mean anything, and
Now, if she kept this statement short and sweet, a lot of people would have considered this being a misunderstanding, but she made a crucial mistake and began crying on camera.
sorry. Seeing how people reacted to this, like, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. Like, this is messed up stuff that people are saying.
Yo.
Like, people telling me to hate myself, people just, like, blatantly disrespecting the fact that I'm still...
I'm not laughing because she crying. I'm laughing that as a creator, there's only certain times you're allowed to show emotion until you get backlash for showing it. There's only certain things you can show emotion about. And I'm just thinking, bro. I don't know if I don't believe this number is real. I don't believe. But if I'm a million people mad at you for wanting to hit a milestone, millions of people just upset. Like, I've cried over social media, bro. I won't do it on camera. The only reason why a lot of people won't cry on social media is purely because they know the backlash they want to get. Even if they're trying to convey an emotion and how they feel, they will purposely wait until they got the tears out of the way so they can convey it so they don't get backlash. So, like, I've cried over the social media ish, bro. I mean, it is what it is.
A human being is not okay at all.
The points she was making were valid. She didn't deserve that level of bullying, but many people look at crying as trying to take a situation and make yourself the victim and then try to gain sympathy. By doing this, it also allowed for people to spin the narrative, with headlines saying, Charli D'Amelio cries after losing 1 million followers, which we know is not why she was crying. But that just furthered the narrative that she's...
Like, y'all have to really imagine if everything you've said and do just gets twisted in a negative outlook, you're not gonna want to do no more. It's like, say you go to school, there's a headline, let me choose a name in chat. Let me choose Ocean Whale hates stupid people, which is why they're going to class. Like,
spoiled and famous for no reason. But ultimately, it didn't really matter because she became...
I just realized they were getting scolded by a pedo. Y'all saying W. James Charles, that likes young boys. Bro, what?
The first person to surpass...
Allegedly.
100 million followers on TikTok, which prompted numerous accusations that Charli was buying TikTok followers because nobody still, after all this time, could understand why you would follow her. From day one, Charli and the entire D'Amelio family's biggest conflict was the hate.
If you have followers, you're not considered a person. You're just a thing that people get to judge and objectify and call names and bully. So it's like they don't expect it to.
That's facts, because that's what y'all do, chat. That's what y'all do. So I don't want to hear no wham, wham, womp, womps. That's y'all.
Hurt us, but we all do.
Being judged by the entire world is difficult, especially when there isn't much to judge. People usually acquire fame for possessing a skill or talent that is extraordinary, which makes people flock together to pay attention to that skill. You have to work,
That's
grind,
why they're upset.
show passion and dedication to a craft for
I
years
feel that
before
too.
anyone is going to
feel the
respect
jealousy
you. They were
and
given
envy.
followers
I
and fame and
understand
feel
it.
entitled to be given support every time they find a shiny new career they want to pursue. So people give hate to the D'Amelios because they get to waltz in any creative industry other people are dying to get into. They get paid more for mediocre work than experts in their field.
Yo, imagine working 10 years and you just had this little 17, 18-year-old girl just waltz in 100 million views on a music video. I would be pissed.
So it's not surprising the world
I'd be
wants to
mad.
hold them to the same standard as experts since they are getting paid just as much as them. Charli became
But that's the life of an influencer, though. Like, they already have a following, so they're gonna have people no matter what they do. That's why some artists wants to go to the influencer route, then the artist route, so they already have a fan base by default. It's just different nowadays.
made New York Times bestseller after writing a book called Essentially Charli, The Ultimate Guide to Keeping It Real, which covered
Every book is a New York Times bestseller.
topics of identity,
I don't even know what that
social media,
means.
and body image, as well as Charli's childhood and family life. Best-selling author, voice actor, professional dancer, podcaster, YouTuber, clothing designer, makeup designer, chef, musician, all within 2 years of being famous. She tried everything, but was committed to nothing. So the only thing left to do was start a reality TV show. The D'Amelio Show premiered on Hulu in September of 2021 and was an immediate success. It became the most watched unscripted series among all first season titles in the genre on Hulu.
The most? Like I said, they had the following. They're gonna have a base following by default. I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm gonna still be surprised.
Season 1 was them, unsurprisingly, becoming famous and dealing with the overwhelming amount of hate. They even put hate comments on the screen whenever the girls do anything, waking up in the morning reading hate comments, trying to predict the criticism they will inevitably get. This is just giving haters more power and will ultimately make them want to comment more. But this is the only setback that the D'Amelios have ever faced in their life. People not liking them. Mariana Trimble of Washington Square News called The D'Amelio Show a surprisingly humble look at TikTok's most famous family. You may be shocked to find that you have more in common with celebrities than you thought. Well, they were a normal family for 20 years.
Yeah, like they literally got famous from doing TikTok dances. Like, they got famous by doing the most normal of things, so they're gonna be relatively normal. It's not like they were grown up into a celebrity outlook, but they still went to a high school that cost $50K a year. I'm not gonna get over that. That's still fucking mind-blowing.
And famous for 2 years, so it's not that surprising to think they are just like everyone else. But season 2 took a weird turn. They documented Charli's new burning passion to pursue a music career. Music was the outlet for Dixie to break away from just being Charli's sister, and since Charli was speedrunning every career path, you would think they would just let Dixie be the singer. But to make it worse, they lied to Dixie for months, claiming that Charli was at acting class when she was getting singing lessons.
That's nasty. I can understand Dixie's envy. I 100% can. It's like when you have that one person that everything you do, they just do it better no matter what. It could go from, oh, you like this sport, they're better than you. You like this game, they're just better than you. I could feel it. Now imagine that every single day. Hey.
So when they broke the news,
just saying.
Dixie wasn't happy.
I know your pain, Dixie.
And then expected to be like, oh my god, this is so perfect. You know what? Why don't you put this song on my album? We could do it together. Like, that's how they wanted me to react. And I'm like, guys, no.
Charli did end up releasing a couple songs that saw moderate success, but as a shock to nobody, she doesn't seem committed to that career path either. We also see even more pressure
She's
from
just like a lot of people don't know what they want to do when they're older. So now she's just famous, but still don't know what she wants to do. A lot of people go through that path where they're just lost. They don't know what they want in life. But no matter, she's not allowed to like just try new things because everyone has a spotlight on her, and then they want to make a reality TV show to put more of a spotlight for whatever reason. How much more money do you need? I don't know.
Managers for Charli to pursue business ventures.
Right now, my skin has like kind of not been the best, so I feel like just getting my skin fixed because it's like really bad right now, and I don't think it's fair of me to be like, use my skincare routines. That's not what I want.
He looks depressed. Yo, she looks. Look at this woman, bro. She does not like her life right now. Yo, I wouldn't like my life if I was her either. I don't think I would want to be Charli. Too much attention. Not enough lonesome. Not enough not enough alone time. Then your parents aren't letting you get alone time. They're just like, hey, keep recording everything you do. I would not, and I would hate it even more to be Dixie.
I feel like a fraud, and I don't enjoy feeling like that.
She also appeared in Dancing with the Stars, which was the first time a business venture made sense. And actually, Charli and her partner Mark Ballas won season 31. The other main theme about season 2 was how Dixie was in a toxic relationship with her boyfriend Noah.
How many times have you guys quietly separated? And gotten back together over the last year.
However, season 3 gets even darker, starting with their father talking about the family's goals for this season.
Goals for this year, I would say,
I probably wouldn't start a reality TV show unless I felt like my life was like 90% happiness. You know what I'm saying? I want my reality TV show to be like, oh, this has to be fake because there's no way this happy all the time. If that's the only way it was started, because I'm not about to let y'all see me depressed. Hell no.
Every year to do no harm to our family.
Then they go on to make an entire season about Dixie and Charli hating each other.
You guys need me. Like, you act like you don't.
I don't need you.
Great.
You too.
You can find a ride home, you can walk home, you can pay
find
half
another
your
ride.
rent. Okay?
I don't have siblings. Chat, I don't have siblings. Is this how do y'all get like this with y'all sibling? Do y'all get like this for y'all with y'all siblings? Cause I don't know how intense a sibling fight can be. I'm just assuming that this is gonna be scaled a lot higher since they're both famous and they're both depressed, it looks like. But not like this. Interesting.
Who? Anyone else?
I have Uber.
Great.
This was just what we see on camera. Charli says it's even worse off camera.
Like, she doesn't really see how she could even, like, be the problem. Like,
that's what all that hate and envy does to your heart. That's what all that hate and jealousy does. Oh, man.
Cameras see a mild version of it. Like, no one actually sees how it is, like, all the time. I am her human punching bag.
Now, it is important to recognize this is reality TV, and who knows how much of it is scripted. Since their careers are very boring, the show
Gojo? What the hell she got going on?
Who knows how much of it is scripted. Since their careers
Oh, is there a girl with silver hair that I'm thinking of that I can't put my finger on it? Damn, I can't think. I have an image in my head, but I can't remember.
Are very boring, the show producers need menial drama to spiral into something bigger so they have a storyline. MTV producers purposely antagonize Ryan Sheckler on his show to get him to cry and lash out, which led to him developing an alcohol addiction. Mark and Heidi are not stepping in because if the sisters aren't fighting, the show is just them making mediocre music and complaining about hate comments.
And that's bad parenting 101. A lot of problems, chat, it all roots to the parents. A lot of problems root directly to the parents.
With that being said, it does seem like Dixie has genuine disdain for Charli.
I made her.
This wouldn't be the first time Dixie plays the "I'm better than you because I'm older" card.
I get, like, for you, it must be really exciting because, like, I always came in first, and, like, now you finally have your time to shine.
No, I think it's so cute that you riding on my coattails, like, really worked out for you.
No, I mean, like, that was your whole life. I mean, 2 years compared to 18, it's, like, really different.
Yeah.
And again, it's reality TV, so we have to take this with a grain of salt, but kind of seems like this family is destroying itself.
That would not be one of the type of arguments I want to be in. That's like that's the type of argument I can imagine. That's like one of my last times talking to you type of argument.
But the interest in the D'Amelios is drying up because they're just a normal, pretty
That's why I say discipline your kids with a belt. They don't need a belt here. They need their parents to say something. They're watching their kids do this. They just need to do something. You don't need to hit them.
Unproblematic family, which for the sake of humanity is great, but for entertainment, it's stale. All of their controversies are nothing compared to most celebrities, which, again, that's a good thing. The Kardashians maintain their fame through calculated publicity stunts, drama, sex tapes, contractual relationships with men who are A-list celebrities, having children. Reality TV is a soulless industry.
It really
Nobody's
is.
life is interesting enough to be on display like this.
Exactly.
So you either have to intentionally create conflict or your show gets canceled. We usually deal with celebrity nonsense because they offer something of value in return. Kanye continuously disappoints his fans, but he has created so much great music that
whose fans? Because I don't think Kanye be disappointing his fans. I don't think you know Kanye fans. He is not. What tapes? They're talking about Kim Kardashian's tapes with Ray J being leaked way back when. This was literally before y'all were born. I don't even know if I was born yet.
They will block out his antics and praise his art. Similar things can be said about Shia LaBeouf or even Bam Margera. Even though the D'Amelio controversies are small and Charli is pretty unproblematic.
Oh yeah, I saw this. They were like rich people cosplaying as his workers. They were all her ass for this.
Most people don't rush to her defense because she is known for TikTok dances and brand deals. Nobody's gonna be like, I'm gonna ignore the Charli controversy because she drinks Dunkin' Donuts coffee so well on her TikTok. It seems like this family is trying to force themselves to be something they are not.
They are.
It may be destroying them.
They
Forbes
are.
reported Charli made $17 million in 2021, and their family company is worth $100 million. They have won the American dream. The already rich family got even richer. These days, Charli's comment section is flooded with people who say she fell off. She doesn't get millions of views and likes anymore. First it was famous for no reason, now it's not famous enough. It's never going to end. Ignore the hate comments. Why let Hollywood destroy your family?
Yeah, you gonna have to. That's what I don't be looking at my video comment section. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I be rarely peeking in there because I don't have the energy.